most honored of this land, what deeds have you to hear, and what sights to see? What sorrow to endure if ye still cherish the house of Leviticus with loyalty. For Ister, I suppose, with fious wave, never could purge this dwelling from the ills it covers or shall instantly reveal. Invited, not inflicted, of all wounds, those that seem willful are the worst to bear.
There was no lack in what we knew before of Lamentable. What have you more to say?
The speediest of all tales to hear and tell, the illustrious Jocasta is no more.
Unhappy woman, from what cause?
Self-slain. Of what befell, the saddest part is spared, for you were not a witness. Nonetheless, so far as I can tell, you shall hear her miserable story. When she passed so frantically inside the vestibule, she went straight onward to the bedchamber, with both her hands tearing at her hair. The doors she dashed to as she entered, crying out on Lasius, long since dead, calling to mind his four-begotten offspring, by whose hands he, she said, died and left his own seed. Its mother's most unnatural bearing bed, nor did she bewail inimitable couch, where she brought forth unhappy brood on brood. Spouse to her spouse, her children to her child, and then I know no further how she perished, for Oedipus brake in, crying aloud, for whom I was impossible to watch, ending her misery. But on him we gazed, and went all raging about, beseeching us further to him a sword, and where he could find his wife, no wife, rather the mother soil on broth of himself. And children, and thus he has raved thus, some power shews him, at least none of us present did. Then shouting aloud, he sprang upon the doors, as falling some guide he burst the bars out of their sockets, aligned within. There we beheld his wife hanging, entwined in a twined noose. He, seeing her with a groan, looses the halter, and then, when on the ground lay the poor wretch, dreadful it was to see. What followed, snatching her from his dress, gold pins where she adorned, he lifted them, and smote his nerves with his own eyeballs, saying something like this, that they see no more evils like this had endured or wrought. Darkling thereafter, let them gaze on forms he might not see, and fail to recognize the face he desired. Chanting this burden, not once but many times he raised his hand and stabbed his eyes, so that from both of them the blood ran down his face, not drop by drop, but all at once in the dark shower of gore. These are the ills that from the twofold source, not one alone, but both wife and spouse, mingled together they burst forth at once. Their former pristine happiness indeed was happiness before, but in this hour, shame, lamentation, hate, death, all of it, in the name of evil, knocks way.
And does he stand in respite, not with misery? Her soul?
For allowed for someone to oppose undo the bolts and shew to all Cadmeans him, his father's slayer, his mother uttering words on hollows, words I may not speak, that he will cast himself forth of the land, abide no home under the curse of his own cursing. Nay, but he lacks force and guidance for the sickness, and for these gates must open, and you will straight behold a sight such as even loathe much pity.
O sorrow for lamentable for eyes to see, source of all past ills encountering me. What frenzy, O wretch, is that came unto thee? That leap so great, farther than farthest sprang on thy sad fate. Woe is me for the unfortunate. I gaze at thee, would ask thee much. Many things learn of thee, wert thou not such, as I may not even behold, as I shudder to touch. Go.
And does he stand in the misery of...
These are the ills that from a twofold source, not one alone, but both wife and spouse, mingled together they have burst forth at one time.
Come on, Kat! That was such a good take! What the heck is your problem? Why? Stop being mean!
Get out of here.
There you go.
Awesome.
I'm so sorry. Go! Dang it! Because why?
You made us laugh.
Why?
Can you boot me
Why?
up?
Oh my god! Guys, we have to.
I know, but you booped the oven.
Boot me oven!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Now we're gonna do it. Now.
The speediest of all tales to hear and tell, the illustrious Jocasta is no more.
Unfortunate for what cause?